Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this SprutCAM training course, and today it is a lesson called Creating Machining Technology, and it is part two of this lesson. To remember, we've done part one in the previous video. So we will talk a little more about some important topics of this machining technology creation. And we will use the same file we've seen also in part one. First thing I would like to mention in this lesson, it is something called geometric parameters of an operation. So we have already some operations calculated and defined. Some of these are still defined but not calculated. And the idea of this topic, it is the possibility that we have to visually change the properties of what we see in drawing area. So we can do a lot of things in terms of the visibility on off, and also the configuration of transparency, colors, etc. For example, now we have visible the part, the final part, the fixtures and the toolpath. But we can change this, for example, on off in terms of the part. We can do the job. In this particular case, it makes no difference. We can see the workpiece, so it's the initial block that we use to start the toolpaths. We can also see the machining result visibility, and this is the result of the toolpath applied to the workpiece, and so on, in terms of tools and etc. We can have this kind of control also in terms of displaying, in this particular case, the workpiece in terms of colors, for example. So we can display this. We can change the transparency, we can change the display mode, the turn not used for this case because we are dealing with milling toolpath, not turning. And a couple of more things that we can work around. With the connection with this topic, we can mention the definition of the part, the workpiece, and the fixtures. So the process is the same or very similar to all of these things. So we can go to these icons here, and we've already mentioned it in the past, that these icons, this first one defines the part, second one the holes if it is the case, the workpiece, and the fixtures. So in any of these cases we can define in the same way. We have a list below, and we can define entities to apply to each one of these options. So for example, the workpiece, we start with this block, but we could define other things. So we could start with lines to make an extrusion or to make a turn, or we can start with faces. So a lot of things are possible. For example, we can use contours that we create on the 2D side of SprutCAM, and we can apply them either a turn or extrude to create toolpaths without having them to be imported from a CAD model. As an example, we can go to the model tab, we can draw something, very easy example just to show what we can do. Go to machining, and now in terms of, for example, the workpiece, it could be other thing. We can apply an extrusion to this geometry, this circle in particular, edit, and we can define top level, bottom level. For example, let us give a little more height, and add, and we have this kind of display, so that we could use this as geometry to apply in terms of the toolpath. The same was possible to turning. We could create a couple of contours or profiles and apply them also for the toolpath. I will delete this geometry. For our example, it's not needed. Then we need to talk about also the positions of the tool. If we go to this first icon, we can we can deal with what we call the tool change position. And the tool change position is the machine position in which the tool changing is performed. So if we go to this position here, we can open and we can define among these options. One of them is custom, and in custom we can define the position for this tool change. Okay. In principle, if we defined a scheme for the machine, it will be fixed, so I would not recommend to change it. But the important notion of this is it is possible to change. We have also other type of position, which is the position of part at the machine. And we have this workpiece setup, which it's also open to be changed. So we have this thing here. We can apply a global coordinate system, or we can apply another option. But in terms of the global coordinate system, we have this global machine or the workpiece holder, or what we want, or simply apply translation and rotation angles to this position. Let's try to create something just as an example, so we can deal with this. Okay. We have also another type of position, which is the workpiece coordinate system, and we can change it in this other position here. So we can define also the global one. We can define this this position here, which is not well translated, and we can use the G54 if it is the case, or define another one. So we can open it, and we can also create multiple global coordinate systems for the part positioning. So it's also open in terms of coordinates, and to apply this to each one of the coordinate systems. We have also and still the possibility to apply a local coordinate system, which by default the toolpath is generated having it in attention. So it is another possibility, because some of the CNC controllers have multiple options to deal with this. And the local coordinate system, by default, it is off, but we can change it. We have a couple of possibilities. Also, as the previous ones from a previous operation, we can leave it in auto, and if it is in auto, and if this is the option chosen, this is determined by the current position of the machine rotary axis. We can use the global coordinate system. We can define also this default position or other. So multiple things possible also for this local coordinate system. We can have also the possibility to define intermediate points for both the approach and the return. So we can open this and define a custom and define positions for each one of X, Y, Z, which together with the coordinate systems defined create a path to define the behavior of the machine when it is approaching or retracting. So this is available for the approach, and it is available also for the return. It is the same. So very nice option also about these movements and these behaviors. In terms of these possibilities, and let us remove this from sight. In terms of these other options and needs to create the toolpath, this is all for today's video. So you are able to see more examples of this in some videos that we have released for example parts where we define, besides all the parameters of the toolpath, also these necessary configurations. Anyway, if you need, after seeing those videos, if you need any extra help or you have questions to clarify some options that you may not properly understood, you know already our channel, so you can contact us and we will give you all the necessary support. Inside Area 51 we have also some more detailed explanations and examples, images, text, where we go a little deeper, explaining what we can do with all of these options that we mentioned on the video. So we are here to give you the support and use whatever channels you may want.